I no, but that's what I'm saying. It's not, you have to get them up here and shit. They're I get what you're saying, and here they're on lockdown. Oh yeah, the National Guard.
Yeah, we don't really have a true concept.
You know where it came from? The virus?
It's a work in progress.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Program.
I didn't even let me know that was the name, damn. You the worst, man.
I mean, but we're the forefront of it. We're like the faces of that.
We're the worst guys.
Welcome. This is episode 4 of the Q Tapes. Can you believe that we're here right now?
Yeah, episode
4.
Quarantine Tapes. We're here.
Yeah, we're still in lockdown. We're still not doing shit. I've been unemployed for 2 months, and I am going crazy right now. How about you? Essential.
I'm employed and still going crazy, so the feeling is a little mutual, but it's a different variant of stress. Seeing these motherfuckers and thinking, like, are you sick all day is a little fucking nerve-wracking.
I get that. But before we go into how the quarantine's going, follow us at our YouTube channel, This Trash Podcast.
Hey, if you found the video, it means you found the page, right? You already you did the hard part already. You might as well just click on subscribe and stick with us. You're here. You're here already. You might as well just wipe your feet, leave a like, and hit that subscribe button. We'll keep coming with you.
Yeah, you can also follow our IG handle, This Trash Podcast, and our Twitter, This Trash Pod. Mm-hmm.
And again,
Fuckboy
we have
Kalen.
Oh yes, Instagrams. He's Fuckboy Kalen, and it's Nate again on Instagram. That's where you can find me. And again, we have that SoundCloud with 1 episode on it because SoundCloud is just not the wave.
Yeah, you're just losing me as a subscriber. I feel like Karen with SoundCloud right now because like I want to call the manager and just like fix this fucking issue right now.
three free hours, man. Like that's it's kind of whack. But I shot at Bell last time. If you're a little SoundCloud rapper, that's fire. But if not, you're assed out. We're gonna keep going.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know. I hate the fact that like everything costs something now. Like, like if I want to turn off my YouTube, I'm sorry YouTube, don't cancel us for this shit, but I just want to be able to close the app and go to my next thing to do. Like I just want to turn off my phone and walk away. We do love you. I appreciate you guys. You guys have been fire since I've been watching. Like I was 14 years old watching Naruto, like Japanese dubbed. It was fucking. He
dug deep for y'all.
Yeah, 2005, bro. It was fire. I was in 7th grade or some shit. It was a weird time in life.
Alright, word. So yeah, we're still gonna keep rocking. And what do you want to get into first?
I mean, I guess like it's the obvious of the Tekashi 6ix9ine release, Into the Streets. His new single came out. Something named after like a Gooba.
Gooba, yeah. There's the speculation is named after the guy that he snitched on. Actually, Kuda B, but it's Gooba. That's where his like little nonsense names come from. They're actually the names of game numbers. Just funny.
It just sounds like some Adventure Time characters in me, honestly.
I think that's just part of his branding. The cartooniness of his fuckery.
I definitely agree. Because I thought it was weird that, like, Day 69 came out, and the album cover was basically, like, him as Finn. But, him doing
I was
his own thing.
kind of into it, actually. Like, that's one thing about him that, as an artist, I do like that. I can't say he doesn't take himself too seriously, because he obviously does. He definitely cares about his shit and his image, because he's still acting tough. But, like, he knows how to make a joke of things, because he's a troll at heart, like, so him having the cartoon images and everything like that, it's a little, it's funny to me. It's cool. I do like that part of him. For what it's worth.
Hmm. I mean, he's an interesting character, but the funny thing to me is that
Interesting character is the word.
he's an interesting character for sure, and it's hilarious that like all these social media handles are like putting out his shit, and then everybody's just shitting on him and praising him, but not really praising him, just like trolling. Because like most people will be like, "Oh, 6ix9ine is better than Tupac," and then it's just like these people that really
Just
take
trying to
that
like make your head spin.
Bro, his fan base is a bunch of trolls. They're comprised of a bunch of trolls that have nothing in depth to talk about. It's just a bunch of shit. They're just shitting on you the entire time. So it's funny when people can't read trolling. That's one thing I want to talk about. It's like when people are trolling, I
piss
guess
a lot of people off still because they still taking him seriously. He's trolling you, idiot. You're the joke.
Exactly.
Like, laugh. Don't laugh at him. Don't get mad. Laugh with him or just ignore him. People
That's
like right now, Meek Mill is setting himself up for another L in my opinion, and I like Meek. I know that you're not the biggest Meek guy for reasons because he's a little bit too on the simple side for you. But I like Meek because he's like, no, I take hip hop seriously. He's like the hip hop elites right now. You know what I mean? Like, he got mad at Drake a couple years back, obviously, and he took a nice fat L.
Yeah, he fell down a flight of stairs, walking down. Yeah, it was sad.
Took a fat L, and now if he beats 6ix9ine, the second he makes the first like diss track, he lost already, in my opinion. Cause you shouldn't take it seriously.
Yeah, I feel like
even if he out raps him, he loses. You can't win that fight.
No, of course. I feel like I feel like there's a certain level of intelligence that goes with trolling, and not to say like you can't be you can't be intelligent and fooled. It's just saying that like, how do you not read that by now? I feel like he's been out long enough for us to know like
the game.
He's been fucking around forever. On his social media, he plays games. He just jokes on his entire shit, and people take him seriously.
Whole time.
He even hires artists to do it with him. Like niggas like Trippie Redd and Ugly God and shit. They were on these Instagram videos like joking
yelling
with him, where like they got
Trippie Redd and his beef is kind of funny because like I don't think the niggas liked each other at all. And I'm not the 6ix9ine Trippie Redd aficionado. I don't really listen to either music too tough. But, like, from what I saw of their beef, they were not friendly. But, like, they're like, all right, nigga, that's funny. I get you. That was a good joke. But fuck you, but that was funny. I'll give it to you. I feel like it was that kind of, like, shitty rivalry where it's like, ooh, that was a good joke. You're an asshole. I fucking hate you, but that was good. I think that was their whole beef in a nutshell.
I can see that. Do you feel like the Chief Keef beef that he had back when we went to O Block and shit was a legitimate one, or
that was real?
You think that was real? Okay.
Chief Keef got shot at. You know, if it was a joke, it got real. You know what I mean? Like, Chief Keef got shot at, but and I don't think. How do I put this properly? I feel like Chief Keef is a smart enough dude, but I feel like he's just too logically tough to let somebody play with him like that. Like he knows it's a joke, but you're still trying me, and I can't let that happen because he's he's like, I know you're he's just too real for his own good. I think that's what it is.
Bro, this is a dude that I used to work with named John Michael.
It's like, I know you're fucking with me, but I can't play that. Like,
bro, this dude just sounds just like this guy I used to work with, and like, he would understand, like, he gets the game and shit, like how like life works.
Right.
But like, he's one of those dudes like if you said some shit, it fucks up the rest of his day, and he just goes back to being like, yo, don't play with me. Like, I know he's kidding, but like he just goes on and on and on about it for the rest of the fucking day.
That's literally it. I think that was what had Because the thing about the Chirac dudes and all those Chicago dudes, they are. I don't know if I can say they're all about their life, but I feel like more so than most rappers, I believe it. You know what I mean? Like, I believe it. You know what I mean? I feel like they might not have all like caught a body or two, but they've been in some shootouts. I feel like that's fair.
I believe Fredo Santana, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace to
That
Fredo.
dude was real. Mm-hmm. He was the shittiest rapper ever, but like
I believe you, Little Reese. I believe Lil Durk. I believe those dudes. I believe it.
Oh my god, bro! Like there was a video of Little Reese. He beat the shit out of some woman out of nowhere.
He's too real.
It was just like how is this like okay? Like nobody stopped him. He just fucked this woman up, and
niggas were scared. Probably like
it was.
they were scared.
No, bro.
Niggas were paralyzed with fear, and I understand. It's fucked up. Sorry to that woman.
It wasn't even in public. It was in somebody's house. They all knew.
Oh my god!
Like, how are you in somebody's house, fucking somebody up, and not even trying to stop it? It's just like, how are you that
Jesus
comfortable? He's more about that life than anybody in the world.
Yeah, no.
Oh my god.
He's not for play. So when you run up on his block, even if it's just a little bitch troll dude that they, as far as they're concerned, right? They're probably gonna. It's like I can't allow this. I just can't allow this. You know what I mean? So that's what I feel got them caught up. You know what I mean? And his foolishness. It's like we know you're not like this. Stop fucking with me. It's like I'm begging you, stop fucking with me. And he kept doing it. You know what I mean?
But the funny thing is that I feel like maybe it's because I'm broke and I'm used to being broke and I've been broke my entire fucking life. But the fact that he has money gives him that platform to do it to somebody. Because I feel like if I did it to Chief Keef, being a broke motherfucker, like I'll get the baby treatment where like I have my camera in your face.
People are
and
gonna
you fuck me up by a hotel.
People are gonna see because he has his platform. And 6ix9ine obviously has a very big platform as he just reestablished to people. But yeah, he has this platform, and people are gonna see this little fly flying in your ear, bothering you.
Yeah.
And just not picking on you, but like if you just ignore it after a while, it's like, all right, nigga, shut the fuck up. Like you gotta say something. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what the 6ix9ine Treyway affiliated phase of his career was. I'm gonna poke at all these bears, and they're not gonna do anything. But I have this platform, and that was it. You know.
Yeah.
That was it.
That's so fucked up though, and like, I don't understand why people are just really not catching on to it. I mean, I know it's a thing that we just talked about, but it's just like. It's insane. You have to defend the mind game that it is.
It is a mind game, exactly. You have to defend your position and your reputation.
Yeah, I kind of just don't get it.
Especially as a known tough nigga, like I would hate to be a tough nigga. It's difficult. Like you gotta like always be on. Like
you gotta be on guard all the fucking time. I'm not.
You gotta maintain your reputation at all times, and it's very hard. I get it. I would hate to have that as my way of life. Like I'm a regular ass dude, and that's kind of where I stand. Like
exactly. I'm just chill. I don't even want violence, honestly. I get very angry and shit, and like I definitely have like a temper.
For sure.
And I'm done with my days of fighting like actual people and shit. Like I'm not trying to do any of that shit anymore. But like
imagine
it's just crazy.
Imagine you have the option. Like you have the option of growing out of it. As a real person who's known for being thorough, you don't have that option to grow out of it.
Bro, remember when we tried to do the first episode of the podcast? In your room with JC, we went out that night.
Right.
Yep. That whole story was fucking crazy.
All right, so let's go back a little bit. So we go out drinking to White Plains, New York. A couple nice bars on Merrimack Avenue. If you're not from New York or the Westchester area, if you ever want to go out to White Plains, you shouldn't, but it's there.
Yeah, it's not that great. It's overrated, and all of the people are bougie and shitty.
If you're trying to
But
like,
continue.
if you're into like college-aged white girls, like, yeah, that's your night. You know what I mean?
Or women in their 30s too. There
Randomly,
seems to,
yes, randomly women in
Yeah.
30s, yes, very true.
and ironically involving the story.
Very ironically. Yeah, so go out to the White Plains bar scene if you wanted to get into any kind of that trouble. All right, so it's about the end of the night. We went out after a trial pod, like we'll call those like the episode zeros of the of the podcast.
They'll be released. I have a couple.
Yeah, episode zero. We'll call -1, -2.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's the end of the night, and Kaylin is a flirter. Fuckboy Kaylin is a little bit of a flirt. So so he ends up talking to this woman, whatever, casually, but like I don't think he was like really like I'm about to like bag this girl, whatever. He was just talking shit. I'm guessing. Regular casual shit. We're on our way out anyway. It's cool. And this other guy comes up, and he's clearly more fucked up than Kaylin is. Kaylin's a little drunk, but this guy's a little bit more. And I guess the fact that Kaylin was getting this female attention made this guy's alpha male come out, and he got all defensive and wanted to be like aggressive and violent or anything like that. And his friends were like, "Yo, you're making a fool out of yourself. What are you doing?" They actually stopped and were laughing at him. Like, what is this nigga doing over here? And it's funny because both of our friend groups didn't want to do anything, but we're both doing this nigga here, size up the other friend group, like, all right, if we have to get into a fight right now, I'm looking at this guy's friends, their friends looking at us. I'm thinking, okay, I got me, our boy JC, who you guys will meet eventually.
Yes, he's still the ugliest guy ever.
He looks like Archibald Slim. If you can, I'll probably put that in for you.
Bro, I miss that Archibald Slim. We gotta hang out sometime. We gotta get him on the pod. We definitely gotta get him on the pod. We're low key friends.
It'll be a drink. All right, but we'll keep on the story real quick. So I got two. Maybe I think we had 2 or 3 guys with us that night.
It was just us and Sam.
Oh, so it's two. It's me, him, and we have a little drunk white girl. And it's 2 other. And he has 2 other friends. And they're like taller dudes, but I feel like they're like regular sized. So I'm thinking, oh fuck, if we gotta get it, this is not gonna be fun. It's just not gonna be fun.
Mind you, I didn't do anything. I was pretty.
Kaylin was good. He was just like, why are you being an asshole right now to this guy? So Kaylin went from like flirting with this girl to trolling him and making the girl laugh. So it just got way worse. So because now his ego's bruised on 2 levels. You're making fun of me, and the woman's not giving me play. So he's going primal rage. I don't know how he found me. The guy jumps in my face, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'm just standing there, and his friends are like, yo, what are you doing? Eventually, after he walks away from me, I walk up to one of his boys. He's like. And he's actually a mutual friend's cousins, and I've met him one time before. So it's like, I was like, bro, we were sizing you up. He's like, we were sizing you up. We did not want to deal with this nigga shit right now. No one wanted to get into a fight. Eventually, everything broke up. But it's just, niggas can't stand being trolled when they have to act tough. He felt like, I guess that guy's game was, I'm gonna be the alpha male around these bitches. That's how I get my pussy. That's probably how he makes his moves. Instead of just talking to them like a normal fucking person.
I just don't get that. Like why are people still trying to fight at bars? Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Nigga, I am this close to 30. I'm not trying to do that on purpose. Like,
I'm done trying to fight people. I was done trying to fight people when I was like 21. I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm just trying to be peaceful. I don't want to be a guru.
I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to be in the fucking tombs for a night. Like, fuck that.
The only person I'm trying to fight with is like my significant other, and that's about it.
Not
in like an
physical.
argumentative sense.
Argumentative. Yeah, you trying to get us out the pain
Argumentative.
early, aren't you? Trying to get us out the pain.
I'm not
Nah.
Future, man. I'm not Future.
He is not. No, he's not putting hands and feet on his baby's mother. He is talking to her.
Why is Future not from the Middle East? The way he treats women. Like, what the fuck? I can't stand him. Like, I fuck with your music, bro, but you're such a dick.
What was
Oh
like?
my god.
I ride for my niggas. I lie to my bitch.
Yo, Obama was wiping his brow at that line. It's just like, woo! Ric Flair was like, woo! Oh my god.
Future's a special person. I'm waiting for the album. This is a Future year. I need a Future album. I'm ready for it. It feels right. I'm telling you, it feels right.
Why? Bro, he comes out with an album every year. It's not even like, this is crazy. He came out with an album last year.
Did he?
Exactly. That's the point of his music. It's just like, you don't remember it, but like, you fuck with him so heavy that you don't realize. He came out with Hendrix.
That was,
It was
last
like his
year?
Yeah, that was last year. That's how
But it
long
was-
the quarantine has been. And
Word.
that's how long this all thing been.
Wow. Okay. My bad. But
And
no,
that's
like,
mature Future.
no, I don't need mature Future. No. I need some ignorant shit, and I feel like he's in that ignorant ass mind shit. That's what I need right
probably.
now. I need some like. After all this quarantine seriousness, I want some dumb, simple, fun music. When it's time for me to go back out and party, I'm gonna have fun with it. That's what I want right now. Like, give me a Future album. Talk about the most misogynistic, evil shit for women. Yeah, Future, call her a bitch. Yeah, Future,
my
yeah.
God.
Give me all of that. Kick bitches at the
mean-
club, I don't care. I am here for it. That's what I need. And I want this to. I want that beat to bang. I want to just not. I don't want to know what he's saying. Yeah, that's.
He's just mumbling a bunch of bullshit.
And have a couple of lines be like blah 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 blah. Fuck that bitch. Yeah, that's what I'm here for. That's what I
God.
want. So yeah, this is after all this. I need a nice Future album with full of just nonsense and fuckery.
Oh my
That's
god.
that's what I need.
Just,
I want to have fun.
Not to backtrack a little, but
No, that's cool. Back to it.
we were talking about niggas trying to fight at bars.
Right.
I had a time when I think it was last year, literally almost a little over a year ago. I dropped acid one day, and then I went to one of my favorite spots.
Cool.
Meet the Johnsons, or Welcome to the Johnsons. Sorry, I don't know how I got that wrong, but Welcome to the Johnsons.
Don't tell me address. It's a cool spot. Don't let people know.
Yeah, nah, it's fire. You guys are trash. Well, I mean, if they're listening to this, they're probably garbage too. So
Come
It's
into the
aight.
bar. Why not?
it's a part of the branding. But I'm chilling. I'm like listening to like, I think I was listening to Vacation in Hell
Oh wow.
inside of there. Yeah, and
Yeah, they played that in the
it was
bar.
just
That's crazy.
no, I had my headphones
Oh,
on in this
okay.
bar, and I'm like chilling, watching people just do shit. I'm doing air drums.
Little people
I'm
watch.
fucking
People
going
watching
off.
is always fun.
Yeah, and then and I was reading a book about philosophy and shit. For
What in like?
the Descartes.
Oh yeah, like mind, body.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rene Descartes. He's an interesting character in philosophy.
Yeah. He's fire. You should go into that one day. We definitely need to get into that, but we'll go into
I feel like that
story
philosophy
or
is like
whatever.
a little bit almost spiritual, but we'll pause it.
Yeah. But I'm chilling, whatever. The night goes on, and I'm hanging out with friends. I'm meeting people. I'm just being typical Kalen, where I'm just like, I'm having a good fucking time. And then
Social
this
butterfly.
random,
When you feel like it.
yeah, definitely. So this random dude comes in, and he definitely looks like Eric Andre before Eric Andre was doing a show, where he was like this this pale blackish child with a weird Jufro.
Okay.
He was super tall and shit, and he came up and approached me and tried to size me up real quick, and then he's like,
how did we get here, nigga? Why?
exactly. So I'm on acid right now, so I'm tripping hard. And X amount of drinks later, I'm just like in this spot. So
That
I'm
is
like
not
trying
a
to
fight I
examine.
want to get into. I don't want to get into a fight on acid.
Yeah, like
I'm not here for this right now.
like that's like the last thing I really want to do because it's like I'm all about peace and love right now. You're gonna ruin that, and I'm either gonna try to kill you because like I'm this far into this like mindset right now. Like, nigga, get the fuck away from me. Nah, not
Or
really.
I'm gonna
But
cry. Like once it's really bad. Like it's one or the other, my nigga. Like it's bad.
this like I'm not trying to go to jail on acid. Like that sounds
Oh
terrible.
my god. Yo, name a worse experience.
Oh my god. That must be actually no, I could say that probably mushrooms in like when you're in jail is probably worse because you're nauseous like depending on your stomach. I don't get nauseous from
Yo,
mushrooms
being
anymore.
in bookings over the weekend on acid, horrible time. You're just in you're in a holding cell with like 10 niggas looking at you like you're dumb. Like, why is this nigga? Why are you crying? Why are you still crying?
And then like you're in the afterglow, so like the next day you're like mad cheery about being in prison in like jail and shit, like holding.
You know, I'm used to this, man. Like, how are you? How's your day been? I've been standing here for 12 hours. I'm not happy right now.
Your shoelaces are out of your shoes. They make you take off your shoelaces when you go into jail and shit, because they think you'll choke somebody. So your shoelaceless, and you can't wear any jewelry besides like maybe a nose ring and shit.
That is a horrible time.
Yeah. But I'm outside smoking a cigarette. He steps up to me and shit, and then he starts talking about like how I know his girlfriend and that like I met him at Pace University like 5 years ago or some shit, and I'm like, what the
a
fuck
memory
are you
you
talking?
have, my friend. If that's
Like,
true,
me?
I remember you having many pace nights, but you could have.
No, I had a couple, and like the last time was when I hung out with Zayad and Gianna in like 2014, like a year before he's actually talking about, and it was just with them.
Weird.
So I'm like, what? And I'm like, I'm not even like being weird, like, all right, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm just smiling and giggling, like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm so confused. Like, I
I don't know what
this.
you're talking about. And he thinks I'm lying because I'm laughing because it's like a whole fucking thing. And I'm like, bro, I'm tripping right now. Please just get the fuck away from me. I don't know who the fuck you are. Just leave me the fuck alone. just leave me alone right
This is a waste of my high right now. This is not good.
Yeah, like, bro, like he's just killing like whatever high I have in my body at that time, and it's just like I don't want to come back yet. I'm not done. Like, leave me alone.
You're wasting my money and my time, please.
And then it was just weird because after that, I gave him a hard time about it. I started snapping at him at a point because you're very emotional at that time, so like you feel like very fight or flight.
You get defensive for sure.
Yeah, and then I started getting tight, and I was like, all right, nigga, get the fuck away from me, and I started snapping at him, and he just started acting like it wasn't a thing, so we dropped it. Like, not like in a threatening way, we just was like, all right, just leave me alone, you leave me alone, we'll go to our parts of the bar. And to me, it was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, why do you want to fight me? You have the gumption to fight me.
It's been 5 years. Are you still that mad?
Exactly.
Like,
I don't.
In the most realistic scenario, let's say this was 20. He got the year wrong, and it was 6 years ago, not 5. And you ended up you were at the college or whatever, and you were at some random party with Zed and Gianna, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you ended up flirting with his girlfriend for like the night, and he felt really fucking weird about it. But like, that was one night 6 years ago. You don't know this person anymore. How fucking fragile is your male ego? And I hate that that's masculinity shit, like, but that's really you have a fragile sense of like self-worth where you think, all right, now's my chance. 6 years ago. Like,
He's
my
been
nigga, what do you...
training this entire time, doing push-ups.
I finally
He
caught
just
you in
stared at my
traffic.
picture.
Caught you in traffic. Like, yo. Remember that time? Talked to that one girl and nothing really happened? But, like, you know, that was my girl and I'm tight now. So what's up? Like, my nigga, if you don't go kiss your wife, like, you should be married. Like, get out of here. What is wrong with you?
I don't get that either. I mean, like, I guess the difference is like, to like for me, it's more like along the lines of, I've people's girlfriends before. It's not like, and like
Not the
yes, it's
craziest
not
thing.
the right thing, whatever, you know,
It's not your
whatever
problem.
the situation is, but but you know, I've been cheated on a couple times,
Yeah,
and
we all have. I'm pretty sure. More than
yeah,
you know.
it happens, I
Yeah.
guess, um, but the people that I know that did it, I don't give a shit about those people.
Yeah, it's
Mainly because
over.
I don't give a shit. But it's mainly because I don't also give a shit about that person as well. Like I don't really give a fuck about that person at all. If it was somebody,
Things go and die. It's whatever. Like I used to hold grudges with like um exes and shit like that, but like who the fuck cares?
I get that.
Like
I'm surprised too. You seem more or less apt to do that, you know, or apt to do that rather.
to hold grudges.
Yeah, like you
Oh,
don't seem like you would be a person to hold grudges at all.
It was more so with I'm not gonna say Shorty's name, but like the one that did me the dirtiest, I'd say.
Okay, gotcha.
When I was a little younger, it was like some of my first tastes of love, if you will. You know what I mean?
Ugh,
So
God.
like that shit. So I was like I had a lot of like negative feelings for that person, but at the end of the day, it's just another corny person in the world. Like today, I see this person, this particular ex, and I'm like, you're mad fucking corny. Oh, doofy bitch, like I can't. But it's like I like that, you know what I mean? She's still attractive, but like you're a doofy person.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's
I
whatever,
mean,
man.
we all do. I mean, like, there's definitely exes that I feel like are not even like, because like I didn't date a lot of people seriously. I was more of just a fuck
I
boy.
take them serious if
But
if I'm actually gonna date you and like be with you to that capacity. I gotta take it seriously. Like I'm not. Some people are better with that. I don't compartmentalize at all. I was telling this girl that I am talking to on a casual nature. I'm like I'm really bad at just doing the one thing and like that just be it. For me like I didn't need romantically. I need to like love on you a little bit. I need to like be a little cuddly and mushy a little bit, and I can know that that's as far as it goes in that moment. Let me move on. We're just regular people. That's totally fine. But I kind of need in some moments to like care about you in a capacity. You know what I mean? Not everybody needs
um,
that. I kind of do.
I no, I definitely get it because being a person that like I more have situationships than I ever do relationships where it's like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we're you know, we have a thing going and it's cool, but we're not necessarily dating. It's just like, you know, casual where it's like, all right, like I'll see you next time or whatever. And it's okay. I mean, I understand the importance of having a significant other, some like maybe a wife or a girlfriend or, you know, if whatever you have, a significant other. It's cool to have that. In terms of holding grudges, I
I'm a,
did for some
I'm just
point.
I'm innately a more emotional person than you are though.
I don't know about that either. I mean, I'm pretty emotional when it comes down to like a lot of. It depends on like relationships.
Okay.
My baby mother. Like I love her. I wanted to work out with her one day. Um, and you know, it would suck if it wasn't that. But at the same time, like I can detach myself from certain situations. But I mean, that's also I guess it depends on like experience and shit because there's definitely been people that like I did fuck that I was we were cool. It wasn't just like it wasn't just like pussy or whatever. It's like, oh, we're like not necessarily together, but we do care for each other. We'll hold each other down. This is like a
Yeah,
this, that, and
that's
the
a
third,
cool relationship to have with somebody, like where you can, where it's not just take or give. It's a little bit of, it's a good even exchange, and those are fun dynamics, or relationships if you want to call it that. You know what I mean? Those are really cool.
Yeah, yeah. But like my ex girlfriend that he went to high school with is trash.
We all got a couple.
She is trash.
We all got a couple. She, I haven't seen, I haven't seen anybody recently, but I haven't seen her in like before the world was closed. I didn't see her around recently, so I wonder how her life is going.
Probably terrible, or hopefully terrible, but
Sir, at the very, it's not going great. I can almost guarantee that.
Her mom's on her deathbed right now. No, like not to be like that, but like her mom is like 78 years old.
Oh yeah, I mean, naturally you're just on the clock.
Yeah, but they did make a pretty good show, so
They did make a pretty good show.
yeah. But that's just funny. Like how is suburban life since lockdown has been going? You've been talking about like social distancing being enforced a little bit by cops, but like
I haven't really been out. I don't really. That's the thing. Like I talk a lot of shit about if you're outside, I don't, and you get sick, you deserve it. I've been practicing what I preach a little bit. I've been pretty good about that. If I'm out, I'm going to a place. I'm not just outside chilling. I haven't gone for the quarantine walk that I've seen a lot of white people do. Yeah, I'm telling you out, white people. Y'all
got
go.
to.
But like people, people going out like, my nigga. If you haven't jogged in 25 years, don't start now. But if you're an avid runner and you do that every day and that's just how you live, and that's how you've always lived, I'm not as mad at you, honestly. But if you're like, honey, let's take up that old hobby that we used to have when we were like 25, and now that we're 56. Fuck you, dude. You're part of the problem. But if you're like,
yeah.
But going for the occasional, like some of my friends are actually, and I'll be a little fair, like they'll be like, we're gonna go out for a walk and walk the dog and we'll talk for like 10, 15 and then dip back and catch up a little bit. I'm not the maddest at that, but like I'm seeing a lot of people just decide to get active all of a sudden, bruh. Like now you're a jogger, my nigga. Like word. Really?
Because people want to get out. It's just like because people are starting to work out too in their quarantine. Like a lot of people who didn't do it are doing it now, or maybe they're not, and they're just getting huge, or whatever the situation is. But
right.
There's not much to do. Like for me, one getaway that I have, there's a few getaways. Like usually it's like going home to my actual apartment and to pay off rent.
I have an unfair advantage there. I have an outlet or two currently.
Yeah.
So I gotta be considerate. I gotta try and maintain a nice decency.
That's the thing. But like on the last episode we were talking about this, like where like my sister is by herself, so
yeah, super.
Nobody's there. She has her own apartment, but she's social distancing. She doesn't have a boyfriend.
That was
or
eye
a
opening.
husband.
That was very eye opening for me because like I live at home. Like I still have my mom's here. I still see someone on the daily. Even on a day off, I'll see somebody. Being in the house all day by yourself and like.
And you're working like in person.
And I'm working in person too. I have a few outlets. Like I'm able to like work out at my job at night sometimes. You know what I mean? Like I'm able to. I have outlets.
Yeah.
But like thinking about it, where she's doing it the right way. She's inside by herself all day. Mm-hmm. She might not have to talk all day. She might not make word tapping with her mouth all day. That shit is crazy. Like that's.
Yeah. Unless you're just thinking out loud.
Yeah, which happens. I do too. But like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the funniest feeling. Like, I'll probably have it tomorrow morning when I wake up, because my mom isn't home all day. I've like always think, when is my first sentence of the day gonna be? When you're just home by yourself all day.
Hmm.
Doesn't it feel
For me,
Doesn't it feel weird when you first talk in the morning, or like afternoon if it's like late?
usually I think it starts with a laugh or a giggle because I'm looking at a meme.
It's like, oh shit,
It's
I
like
made a sound.
like I get up and I'm just like I don't really say anything. I just like roll a
Mm-hmm.
joint. I go to take a long shit and then it's like I'm scrolling on whatever and I'm just like ah, that's funny and then I start to say things as I'm listening to like cuz most times when I am taking a shit, it's either I'm listening to like podcasts or listening to music or scrolling Facebook
Right.
or reading something. Like it's
You're
one
doing
of the it's one
something.
of the yeah. So that's usually when I form my sentences, and like if I was alone all the time, I would definitely, speak to myself. But this raises a bigger question in my head. Like, think
Shoot
about
it.
people who are in solitary confinement. This is their norm. Like, their norm is like basically only interacting with a guard that gives them food for a second and then leaves them.
In terms of rejecting people, solitary confinement, I feel like that's like low hanging fruit to say. It's obviously worse, but like I get what you're saying there, because it's like
Yeah,
I feel like solitary confinement is probably the one of the worst things in prison possible.
definitely.
It's
In life,
so
probably too.
in life, yeah, that's super inhumane.
Yeah.
Like you're surrounded by fucking big gray walls and nothing.
A toilet and a bed.
It's sickening. That I like,
Getting fed prison food.
but it's like you said, like you're by yourself all day, but you're able to go on your phone and like read an article or something like that. If you're in solitary, from what I've seen in media, like I haven't been to jail. I haven't seen any real life documentaries. From what I gather, it's just you in a room and
Mm.
nothing but your head. That's fucked. You know what I mean?
Um, it's funny that we're actually going back to that because remember we just made a joke previously about going to jail on acid.
Yeah.
So like I've been arrested. I went to jail twice,
Mm-hmm.
and it was over stupid shit like smoking bud. That's it. Nothing crazy. Nobody's doing anything. A cop that sees me smoking weed, and I went to jail for it twice.
You hate to see it.
Right? So when you go into their custody, and I had a bad experience, but I'm not gonna go into that right now.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go into custody, they strip you of anything that you have that can be used for auto asphyxiation. Is that what it's called? When you like choke somebody out or
Yeah, I think you got it.
yeah, auto asphyxiation. So they take out your hoodie laces, your shoe laces.
Which is
You're only
fucked. Your
allowed to
hoodie laces, dude. You know how that's to restring? You
yeah, bro. You gotta.
motherfuckers. You
Bro,
just
I had a
ruined my
hoodie on.
hoodie, kinda. Like, that's trash.
Do you understand how like I wear hoodies all the time. I was tight. I was like, cause they only let you wear one layer of clothing in there. It's like you wear a shirt and then another shirt over that, or a hoodie. You can't wear more than that. They like disallow that. So I had to take off my hoodie. I basically it, like froze in there. So and I didn't want to take off my shoelaces to wear shoes with no laces in it. It just was like dumb. I'm wearing Chucks. It's not really. You can't really
You
walk
can't
with those
do
without
that.
laces.
Yeah, it's not gonna
Yeah.
work.
So I was like, all right, whatever. I basically though they if you don't do that, you have to take off your shoes. So I was in a cell, in my socks,
No bueno.
drunk,
No
drunk,
bueno.
drunk, and just sitting there with no phone. So I have no idea what time it is at all. Things are just going. Nobody's telling you anything. You get no information at all. You just get moved from cell to cell. I went to 3 different precincts the first night I went to jail, and you're just kind of like wondering like when I'm gonna go to other shit. The next day comes, I go to my third precinct that they sent me to, which is ironically really close to my like one of my jobs. But anyway, I was in a cell which basically looked like an animal box. It was just like I felt like a zoo animal in a sense. where I was just surrounded by a bunch of niggas just asking each other why they're in jail. All these dudes are just asking each other like, "Why are you in jail? Why are you in jail? Why are you in jail?" And then this is what happened
Trading
with me, and this is
stories
what.
like Pokemon cards and shit.
Yeah, it's just stupid shit where nobody talks about anything, and then I had to go to work later that day. Like I had to be at work at like 4 or 5. I had to have my baby mom call my job to tell them I got arrested, which could have fucked up my job, but it was like I can't really lie about this because
What are
maybe
your
make an
options, you know what I
excuse.
mean?
Yeah, it's like this is a lot right now. I have to wait to go to see a judge to hear what the fuck I have to do next and shit. Ended up being like 2 hours late or whatever. But like in my experience in that, I had to go to that place that had the actual judge at 9 a.m. in the morning. I left that place at 5 p.m. That's what no 5:30 p.m. So I spent for the most part, because the judge part was short, I spent pretty much 7.5 hours sitting in a box.
Yeah, that's fucked. That's definitely fucked.
And then the night before, like, it was just from like 11 to whenever they moved me again and again. But like, I basically spent like 16, 17 hours in jail without any sense of right or anything. I was just basically somebody's slave. So, granted, you have the more freedom now, but it's like, just imagine what people are going through in confinement and shit. Even just regular jail, where it's like, you get your commissary.
It's holding a person against their will. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it's demoralizing. It's really debilitating. You know.
I gotta have some other nigga tell me what to do every day. You don't really pay my bills. You don't do shit for me. You probably abuse your power, and like
More than
just
likely,
do some other
almost,
shit.
you know?
So I don't know. I mean, it's eye opening to a lot of shit, but it's like any sort of social distancing can be rough on anybody. It doesn't matter if you're a socialite or not. You could be the most introverted person at all, but like
Not
honestly,
doing
like
shit is tough. You know. Like,
yeah. What if you're an introvert and you're unemployed and you're not even on unemployment, so you have to worry about your money and shit. So you're stressing about that. If you're introverted, you're probably just stressing about more shit with that. It's just
it's hard
there's
to
levels
advocate
to
for
this
yourself
shit.
in general. Yeah. That is that is true. It's a very real point. Like, and I guess I could be a little bit more sensitive to it, a little bit nicer with it, but like, I'm trying to be optimistic about it and like believing in the projections of that. If we're apart and things are good, we'll be out sooner or later. It's like it feels like we're all grounded and we're not, or no one's listening, so we're gonna be grounded longer.
Bro, I feel grounded right now with my situation, but I mean, I feel like in general, it's like it just sucks to not be able to do shit. Like I like doing shit at night because it's nice to. It's not even about just going out to bars and shit. It's like I can just go and look at the fucking moon and like just chill and have my own space for shit. And maybe I can go there with a friend or whatever, and we can just like have conversations and shit. Like the moon's out, let's have some chai tea and shit.
Let's chill. And
Let's
you don't
chill.
feel, and I never feel like I'm in a rush at night.
Exactly.
I
I
never
feel like
feel like
everything in the daytime is that. Like, cause all right, let's say even if you did get up at a reasonable hour, it's like you gotta gather yourself, and it's like, what if you don't have work that day? So you want to like relax and chill and shit, like, and then get up.
Bit.
Yeah, cause like usually you'll be like rushing to do a bunch of shit at night if you're that type of person as well.
Yeah, like the only time I rush at night is if I have to catch a train back home. Other than that, you're kind of. I feel more at leisure at night. I feel like more in control of my time, really. And so you lose that feeling for sure. But like, yeah, I want to be able to like leave, but I saw a proposal recently. I'll as if for the last few videos, I'll try and post any articles that are, that substantiate our points, or like prove them, in the description. But I saw an article that California is currently projecting a 3 month, definitely 3 months, in lockdown, in quarantine.
Wow.
And I feel that because they're the second most affected and yada yada, so I feel like we'll probably follow a similar tone. So like we've all been like saying summer's canceled, but that if that comes to fruition, and I feel like since we are worse off than California, we're looking at something similar in our near future, given the proper legislation.
Yeah,
So
I
like,
could definitely see that happening. I don't know. It's really hard to call when all this will end. I mean, I feel like nobody even really cares about it because nobody's like the funny thing is that remember when the media was just pushing this and pumping this shit out, and you're still getting shit about it, but not that much.
I think we're starting to get used to it.
Yeah, we're just like
It's
accustomed to this.
the first few weeks. It was like things were new. It's crazy. What's gonna happen next? Now it's like people are dying a lot, and if you're not sick, you're home and you're working and you're doing your day to day. People, it's stabilized. Like I always humans are naturally going to adjust to a lot. We get freaked the fuck out a lot, but eventually we kind of stabilize, and that's where we're at. Like I feel like supermarkets are still probably fucked up, but it's probably nowhere near as bad as it was initially. I'm just guessing. I haven't
That's
been
what
out to
I've
the
been
market
saying.
recently, but
Oh
like
my god.
sooner or later, people are gonna calm the fuck down, and things are gonna go to being as close to normal as they possibly can be, because that's just how people work.
New World Order?
No, I'm not.
No New World Order?
I'm not there, cause like cause I still believe that the world wants niggas outside. Like,
I mean, we got stimulus packages. We're stimulating the economy with stimulus packages. It's just like niggas are buying shit. Like
not
Amazon is
enough
going through the
people are
roof.
not enough people are eating. That's one. That's one large instance eating. Not enough people are because from everything that you guys have told me, it seems to be a group of heads, right? Somebody,
Yes.
I'm sure that among that group, the niggas that own retail shopping or like clothes shopping are not fucking happy.
I
It's
mean,
eventually and everything like that in terms of like massive control of like spending.
hmm
Someone's nose is getting cut off to spite their face. If it is a group, the like you can give me the hospital guy. He's happy as fuck right now. Sure, his numbers are up, but the dude at the table next to him, among this group of like super reptilian genius mega trillionaire niggas, you know what I mean? Who have an office on the
yeah.
moon or whatever the fuck. But them niggas, one of them dudes in there is fucking tight right now because his pockets are slower than other guys.
Maybe, but I mean, like people get jealous and people get bumped up and they move up. I mean, it's just like,
Someone's getting fucked
look,
in there, and it's a
look.
very powerful person getting fucked.
All right, but
That's
we've
why. That's
also
why I'm
known.
not like with it right for the New World Order arguments because it has to be. They want to maintain a fucked up status quo. This is not the status quo.
I'm just saying that there are people that suck dick all the way to the top, and
Okay.
there's other ways to do it, regardless of whatever the dynamic that we believe to be, because like we have an idea of what happens or what's happening. We just can only hypothesize, but
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, they know what's going on. There's only a certain amount of things that are revealed to us. But I mean, like let's look at it this way. Like the fucking Pentagon told us that there was aliens and they released footage. That shit was kind of hilarious. You know why? Because nobody gave a fucking shit. Nobody gave a shit.
Mm.
Nobody gave a shit.
But I
They knew
feel
that this
like
would
part of that
preoccupy.
is. I feel like aliens is kind of. It's like almost a common knowledge theory. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you're not. If you don't believe in aliens in the universe, you are among the minority. You know what I mean? If you don't believe aliens exist, you're among the minority. So that's why I feel like it didn't make too many ripples. That it's like, yeah, aliens exist. Something's out there. It's like, yeah, no shit. You know what I mean? Like,
no, but for the Pentagon to actually admit it, for them to actually admit it, you know, like go on record and release this footage and shit.
All right, all right.
Like we all know
You
it,
ever
but I'm
like
just
been
saying,
on like the end of some gossip where like someone like said has a secret, but everyone knows the secret, so it's like they finally came out
oh
with
yeah,
it.
yeah, Zayad's girlfriend cheating on him.
That's one, or like another, or like another few friends like having somebody cheat on them, and like we all know you did it, but you're just lying about like you said you never did, and like you never did anything wrong, whatever the fuck. Like, like nigga, we know, like we all kind of know. It's
Yeah.
cool. We're come to the point where we accept it, but
Yeah.
like nigga, but like to the day you die, you're never gonna give it up. So when they finally say, yeah, I did that, it's like no fucking shit. Like it's like no one. It's like that's how I feel. It's like they've been lying. Like there's no aliens. There's no aliens. There's no aliens. It's like all right, nigga, sure, you're gonna come out with this eventually. And I came out like, yeah, all right, yeah, guys, there are fucking aliens out there. It's fucking crazy. No shit. That's how I think the world is right now with the Pentagon and the aliens.
I get that.
It's like, nigga, we know. We've been know. You've been trying to piss us and tell us it's raining for years now.
I mean, I've seen other people receive it differently. Like,
Okay.
I try to tell Carrie about it. Like, oh, guess what? So the Pentagon released this shit. She's like, you know what? I don't even care. One pandemic at a time. And I'm like, I get it, cause like she's so focused on like this shit, and then like worried about like I think
it is the perfect time to take some shit out.
Yeah, and like Murder Hornets didn't come out yet, but it's just like there's been so many things that have been happening, and then things getting worse and shit, and we've been like containing ourselves in here and shit, and then but I definitely understand that sentiment because it's like I get it. You've been because she's a person who's like semi phone addicted, where she's on social media like constantly, and she'll see a bunch of shit like every fourth post is about COVID-19 and COVID-19 and quarantines and lockdowns.
Boy, that shit is bad
bro,
for you.
Bro, I've never gotten this many notifications about shit that is happening in terms of now this. You know now this?
It's happening to everyone. Yeah, I follow them on.
Now this politics? Mm-hmm. Yeah, every hour they send me some shit about another country, about something about COVID-19, or they didn't do this or whatever. I've never gotten this many things from them. And I can understand why somebody's susceptible to feeling overwhelmed by what's happening.
At the same time, it's like I said with the last set of shows. It's I guess it'd be episode 2 or 1. I'm not sure. No, it's probably 1. That's
one of
the
our previous episodes.
That's me. I think it's 1 though. But previous episode, go ahead and call it. That's profiting off of pain. You know what I mean? That's the media profiting off of pain. They're pumping out. They're pumping out all these articles and stirring up more fear, and they're gonna get a lot more clicks right now because COVID-19 news. Oh my god, I gotta check this out. Blah blah blah. So it's a bunch of people getting really freaked out about that, and they're getting more clicks, more views, and they're drawing in more revenue currently because of that. And I feel like they're often they're on the right side of politics, but they still have their bias. You know what I mean? And they still want to generate some kind of money and some kind of revenue. So COVID-19 is the hot shit right now. So they're gonna get that revenue that way.
I mean, but
and I like their page, but that's just they're profiting right now. They're gonna eat off of that.
Yeah, but the thing is that like a lot of people are profiting off of this.
Absolutely.
It's not even all the way down to the little man. It's just everybody's somehow taking advantage of what this is because I won't refer to this as New World Order in the sense of just saying like, oh, the government necessarily for this sentiment, but like it's like a New World Order where like our previous life is kind of like just done. Like everything we were doing, people are rethinking shit. People are like reinventing themselves and just trying to like pump out a newer version of themselves for the end of the quarantine because not just myself and some people that I know that have had like weird emotional experiences during this quarantine, but like there's a lot
To a
of
degree,
people.
to a degree, I could say I've done that. Like I've been looking internally at things that I enjoy more, and I've been putting more energy towards that. I don't know if I'm reinventing myself per se, but I've developed some things with the time that I've had with the time I've had.
I mean, I feel like you did the it's Nate again IG upgrade. You fucking got like vinyls on there spinning.
I haven't posted a new shit in a while. I gotta throw an album up
Yeah, it's been a
eventually.
minute. I was looking for another posted to shit on. So please give me something.
Sure. I got plenty of albums. I have the art that I never put on Instagram. I have a lot of posts that I can make. But yes, even to that, that's a good example. Like I am, I've always loved music, and I've loved album artwork and things like that. And that's
Mhm.
one of the cool things with vinyl. They're able to throw a few extra little things there that you probably wouldn't see. You probably didn't have those in CD booklets back when, or
Mhm.
you probably know because you're the CD guy. Or
Yeah.
and you don't the music video is kind of not, it's making a resurgence, but it's kind of like nowhere near as prominent as it once was. And I love like music videos. I love Hype Williams stuff. I love
Oh, they're
all the
dying again.
placement. Yeah,
No
it's
video.
tough.
It's dying again. It was hot like maybe 2018, 19, like in between that era,
Yeah.
but it's dead again.
So yeah, like like having. So I love that creativity, especially from artists and rappers and singers too. Obviously, like so, being able to display that on my social media is something that I really think is cool. But so I've been focusing on my hobbies a little bit more, and I've taken that with my time. I was trying to say, but
Mhm.
I don't know if I'm reinventing the wheel with myself. You know what I mean? I still do a lot of the same shit.
Yeah. I get that. And you were talking about music for a second, but I just
Hmm.
want to take a little segue, but I want to get into how great he was. R.I.P. to the legend, Little Richard.
Little Richard, yes, and
Woo!
yeah,
He
he's
invented the woo. He invented the woo. Are
yes,
you kidding me?
yes, and
God.
Andre Harrell, I believe that he was
Andre, what?
Harrell.
Mm.
He was with I believe if I'm going off of the off of Biggie's movie basically, but he was with Diddy when he helped develop him and everything like that. And he was a prominent figure in the music industry for a very long time. And granted, he's a record executive, but like it seems that a lot of the talk of on him, granted the man just died,
Hmm.
it seems generally positive. A lot of the things that I've heard from him, and from a record
Okay.
exec, to have like a lot of positive stories come out. It's I feel like that's gonna be a thing that's more rare than not when a lot of these guys die off. People are gonna talk about these guys like they're fucking demons. You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably.
So to hear him, so to hear him being commemorated in such a way and a very positive way is a bit telling to like how good of a person he may have been, or he probably was. So rest in peace to those two gentlemen, and their contributions to the music industry won't be certainly will be forgotten. Little Richard is such an innovator.
He fathered like we were talking about people being sons, bro. Like he is like the godfather of like all these niggas. Like helped start like people like James Brown and shit.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
what
yeah,
the fuck? Like
and
he he was amazing. I mean, once he went on his like super Christian shit, I was not a fan. But yeah, that dude's also a weird freak, Loki.
yeah, he's too flamboyant not to be a weird freak. That's okay.
uh, no, it was just funny because I mean, not like I feel like this generally is voyeurism. I don't know if you're familiar with what voyeurism is.
Hmm.
Are you or no?
I believe I am. I'm thinking of like voyeurism and porn. So I have like an idea. I'm not sure if it's the
It's
right one, but
technically yeah. It's
it's
basically just
you
where
want to be seen. You know what I mean?
you're just in there. You're kind of like watching something going on and shit, and it's like Yeah, okay. So yeah, he was like super into that, like in the back seats of cars and shit.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, that dude was like some. It's kind of weird because like, so it's does it have to be necessarily a person like you have to be seen, or is it just like are you technically just like into voyeurism because you watch porn?
I thought it was more so the act of doing something where you could be seen. Like people who like the fucking public, I feel like that's a voyeurism kind of thing. You might not get caught, but having the idea that I might get caught kind of can make it a little bit more fun for you.
Oh,
That's what I gather of it. You know what I mean?
okay.
You don't
So
necessarily
okay,
have to be seen, but the idea of being seen is what's fun for you.
yo. So this is what makes it weirder. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so the day he died, I wanted to go through some of his discography. I knew only shit like Tutti Frutti and like the girl can't help it, the girl can't help it, no way, like
Yeah.
that kind of shit. So looking through some of his discography or there's some of his life, and then he was into voyeurism in the sense where he would drive around with this girl who would pick up guys and get fucked, and he would just sit in the back seat of a car just watching it and just be like I guess he was in the act of doing something because I guess he's technically queer. Like he doesn't necessarily identify as gay or not, but he
Sure.
fucks men and women.
Yeah, that's cool. Whatever,
But
man. It's your life.
but some shit. But then he went super Christian and he was like, "Oh, my life is fucked up, so no, I'm with God and women only kind of shit." But would that can be considered voyeurism? I mean, like, are you consider that if you watch porn?
Mm, no, I feel like it's. I feel like for the actress and actor in the film, it is a voyeuristic act where like they are being seen. I think
Hmm.
I'm not certain. I don't feel like looking it up right now, but like I'll probably put it in the correct
No, you could
definition in
be
the description.
right. I
But
just
from what I gather, it's
from
like
what
the joy of being viewed. That's what I think. So, and I guess him being in the back of the car, he can be seen too. He can get caught in the act too because they're in a fucking car. It's not like It's not like he brought them to his rich person house. He had probably like a nice mansion. He's fucking Little Richard, right? It's not like he like just brought them to the house and just watched them do their thing. They're still in
no
the back
this
of a
nigga
car. You
no
know what
this
I mean?
nigga was doing this when he was like uh 19 going on up. But all right,
Oh, he
so
was younger
what
still. Okay.
voyeurism? So the definition of what voyeurism is the practice of gaining sexual pleasure from watching others when they are naked or engaged in sexual activity, and or enjoyment from seeing the pain or distress of others.
Oh, so I guess like so it's some wrong. It's not necessarily you being the person. It's just watching it.
Yeah, that's why I was like, because in his experience, that's what he explained, but I wasn't sure if that was a thing as well. But would you consider everybody to be voyeuristic?
I suppose so. Like, I mean, I don't think. Well, if I'm thinking about it, if I saw two people in front of me and I was interested in it, and they were just fucking, but it's like, would I feel weird? I put yourself in the shoes, right? Would you feel more weird or would you be into it? That's how I think. I gotta put myself there. You know what I mean? So if I saw like a couple and they're like both, they it's like looks like my kind of shit. The girl's hot or whatever. Do I want to watch her boyfriend fuck her? I don't know if I'd be into it like that. But if it's like, hey, it's two. If I'm like, let's say I'm like 16 again. It's like, hey, we're two girls. We're gonna make out or whatever. But you can't do anything. We're gonna make out. You're gonna watch. I guess I'd be for it, but like, I want to be in the mix more. So it's not necessarily.
Yeah,
I can say this. I get it. I think I could possibly be with it, but I don't know if it's like my thing. But if it's watching porn counts as being a voyeurs person, then yeah, sure, I guess. But even still, it's not like necessarily the thing that I want to do most. it's not necessarily my kink per se.
I mean, that's more what I'm asking is like, would that constitute as being voyeuristic? Because like, it seems like it's that definition, but like
By the book, I'd say so, but I feel like it's one of those. Yeah, but yeah.
You know what I mean? Like maybe it's different because it's in person, but
I feel like if I'd rather it be like you're watching two people be intimate in front of you, and you're totally here for it. Because the more I think about that, the more uncomfortable it is. Like I don't want to. I don't know if I really want to watch somebody fuck someone.
I've seen a woman getting fucked in a minivan.
Were you into
by my
it?
mom. No, I fucking was like horrified. I just finished smoking a joint, and I was like going for like a little walk. I was like, fuck it, it's really nice out. It's like 12:30 in the morning, and I was trying to go to this mobile gas station to stop there real quick and then go back home. It was just this woman was just getting this. It was just so much force. There was just so much force in this Dodge Camry, and she was just screaming for her life.
Dodge Camry.
It just ruined my high. I just left. I was kind of tight. That was about it. But I was not into it. Like I'm not into watching.
I feel like that's what it is. Like I feel like you're more likely to watch porn if anything, but just the physically sit there and watch two people do their thing.
Yeah.
I'd rather, because even when I like watch porn or whatever, right? I think I put myself in the guy's shoes, like, and how I would like want to do that. You know what I mean? It's not like yeah, do that too. Hit that move. Like, it's not like that for me. It's, you know what I mean? I'm not like checking his technique real quick and thinking like, yeah, that's a good move. Do that. It's like that's not what I'm here for. You know what I mean? Like. It's not what I'm trying to consume, or at least not actively. You know what I mean? So I feel like yes and no. Technically, it is a voyeurism act because it's like you're watching two people do their thing, but I feel like it's not as intense.
I can't stand people that like to watch themselves as they're fucking.
I feel like it's kind of narcissistic, but like it's cool.
It's completely narcissistic. I mean, like not really, but it's like remember this time that you had, like all right.
It's like
there's
fucking in a room with mirrors. It's like kind of weird. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I like doing the American Psycho thing.
And just flexing and being like, yeah.
Yeah, this hand behind your head and shit.
I can't lie. I've pulled those tricks
pulled that
before.
off.
I feel like every guy, you have to. You got to, because like, you feel like you're killing shit, you know what I mean? You gonna hit a little flex real quick when she's not
God,
looking.
this is so toxic.
All right, ladies, especially you. All right, we're going to lean into the mic again real quick. Hey, listen. Your first boyfriend that you guys were really like passionate with, especially if you were like younger, like a little more immature. Like let's say you're like you're of age. I'm not gonna say your age at the time, but you know what happened. When you guys were doing your first thing, like when he first kind of got good at it, he did it. When you were in doggy, and you were looking down, you were looking away, he flexed.
He definitely did.
He flexed.
He was
like, He was thinking to himself, I'm killing this shit. And he pulled one of those corny moves. He flexed. He might have made a cool face. He did something. You okay with that? You sure? All right.
I feel like it always. I mean, granted, wherever your mind is at that point, like I feel like you have to be killing it to do that move. You can't pull it off any other way.
But like, what if you're just not? What if, like, you don't know. You feel like you're doing a good job, but she's like, this shit is mad mid. But she's just being a team player. She's being a trooper. You know what I mean? You think you're killing shit, but you don't know. How do you know?
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? Like you feel like you're killing shit, but you're not. You get your flex, whatever. You didn't even deserve it, but you did it anyway.
You just it's the most garbage flex. What did you call you doing that?
It's like,
Oh, it
oh
was
no,
garbage.
nigga, get the fuck out. Get out. Get out of me. Oh no. No, you did not. You disrespectful motherfucker.
my
If you don't get
That's the
I'm
most
calling my
toxic
ex-boyfriend. He
shit.
did it right. You don't flex on me. I'm
toxic.
calling Brandon, alright? Get the fuck out of here. No,
This is the
Big. No,
most
David,
toxic
leave.
shit.
I'm calling Brandon. Get the fuck out of my get out of my house. Put your pants on.
That would be the worst. Oh my god.
You get out that mid and you gonna flex on the mid? How you gonna flex on the mid? I think we found our title. Flex on the
Probably
mid.
looks like Nav.
We found our title. Flex on the mid.
Flex on the mid. I'm with it. Oh my god. That's horrible.
You
That's
give us some
fucking
looks.
horrible.
You got some C plus dick right now, and you flex. It's happened. You know what? It's 3:00 in the morning. It's happening right now for some guy. He's flexing on that mid OD, and she's just leaning down. She's like, I'm in quarantine with this nigga. I can't go nowhere else. I might as well.
I give it a C plus tops. That's it.
It's a C plus.
Nigga, you got a 78. That's it.
I mean, you passed. You got it, but did you get it? C's get degrees, I guess, right?
Yeah.
C's get degrees.
Oh my god.
Flexed on the mid,
I mean, there's always somebody there, but it's like you gotta.
Shit, I might have flexed on the mid one day. You know what I mean? I feel like we all might have had a flex on the mid today.
Oh, of course.
If we're due.
Of course. There's one day where you're just like,
Who do you think? Which of our friends do you think is flex on the mid most recently? JC's a silly nigga. It's probably JC. JC's silly. He'd do shit like that as a goof. He'd be goofing around.
He would just like this, and he's like, it's fine. And then he'd just go watch Netflix.
He'd flex on the mid. I can see JC like, yeah, I'm killing this shit. What was that? Huh? No, what are you talking? JC flexing on the mid.
Oh my god. He would. With that fucking mustache, bro.
Yeah, he's. I gotta put a picture of that up. He looks like a father.
I have like 12 of them. I have like 12 of them. I made copies of this picture because I don't want to forget this moment in life. It's so important to me to like remind him how ugly he is. No, do you see you're fired. Yo, Jack Zap.
We gotta get you on. We gotta get you on.
Jack Zap. Come on, bro. You're fired. Much love to him.
Much love.
Yeah. I'm mad I didn't get a chance to see him before the quarantine happened.
That's tough, right?
Yeah, it's like that's another thing about this that kind of sucks. It's like I wanted to see certain people before all this shit happened, but you know, it's one of those things like in life, like if you were to die this moment, it's like, would you have hit those people up? You know what I mean?
No, that's a very fun talk. One of my managers is having a real nigga talk with me, and I like that. I like talking to older dudes about real shit in their life. He brought up, we was just sitting there talking. He's like, yeah, you kind of evaluate your friendships a little bit different. There are like active friends and inactive friends in a sense, and it's not like the inactive friends are bad people at all. That's not even kind of. They're like people who you could just go to and like talk to and drop out like nothing happened. And they're friends that will talk to you every fucking day and be like, yo, how's life? How are the kids? Blah blah blah. For him, that's why he's describing he's an older dude. He has a family and everything like that. But he was like, yeah. So it's funny. Like with the whole quarantine thing, I've put my phone down a little bit more, just to see like not to see on some narcissist shit like who's gonna hit me up, but like he kind of knows who's there already. You know what I mean? Some of his friends are, people that he knows that when the time is right, we can go out barbecue because he's an older dude. He's not going out to the clubs anymore. Obviously, we can go have fun. We can play cards or whatever the fuck, whatever like whatever fathers do to hang out with their friends. Like he can do that shit, you know what I mean? Like
Bro,
we can
I mean,
talk about
I go to
grills.
bars,
We can
but
go to the bar and talk about grills or shit, you know? That stuff. We can hang out like that, you know?
God,
You know what I mean?
no. Oh
Like,
God, I can't. I don't. I not to cut you off, but I cannot deal with super dad talk. It's like I want to talk about your
I
kids for like
respect it.
2 minutes, and that's it, nigga. That is it. I don't
You
want to
are
talk
on the
about
clock.
it any fucking more. You're like I'm not trying to like I don't mind talking about my daughter, but I know that nobody wants to hear about me talking about my daughter. I get it. And I do not give a like I like the fact that you love being a father and I probably love you as a person, but fuck get the fuck out of here. I'm done. I'm done.
You are on the clock right now. Make it good. Get your point across. But no, like he was saying. So I'm thinking about that with some of my friends, and like when I was younger, I used to feel a little bit bad about that because I feel like I'm a very active friend. I try to be really in my friend's face, a little too much. That I've pulled back more as I've gotten older. But I'm thinking now with some of my friends in my relationships, like people that I might not have hit up immediately, and even as you said, I was thinking like, yo, wow, I play both roles with some people, and like I do want to see these people, and like would I fit them up normally? Right now, I'm more nervous for everybody, but on a day to day, would I be like as keen to like be like, yo, how's life? How's it going? Maybe not, but you certainly care, and I'm definitely looking forward to like keeping a relationship with these people. And it's just interesting, like how active is everybody with you, and how inactive what are they with you? And overall, it's still a friendship, and it's still something that you value. So it's kind of cool that he broke that down. And I was with him. I was rolling. I love talking to older people about stuff like that and getting a couple gems when they're good. Don't tell me
Yeah.
some bullshit for like 3 hours. Like that's not cool. If you tell me some real
Oh my
shit,
god.
that's cool. That's the worst when when old dude gives you like some bullshit like, yeah, nigga, so that's why I don't do that anymore. Like an old nigga story that goes nowhere. I can't give you an example. That shit is terrible. Cause like I love them, but it's
Oh
like
my
my
god.
nigga, come on. You
Bro.
have wisdom. Give me something good. Like
Bro, I kind of had that with this dude when I first met Carrie. There was this dude that I met, Shoshano. He was like this homeless old dude who was like 63 years old
he
and
probably
shit.
had some real shit for you.
He was he had a mix of both, where he
Oh, that's
was
tough.
long winded as fuck, but the lessons that he was like, yo, you know what like believe means, right? And I'm like, yeah, I know what the fucking like what the word believe means, and he's like, but you don't know like the Latin sense. It's like the beginning of a lie, like to believe is to, and I was like,
That's a
what?
bar he gave you.
Yeah, I was like, what? Like, I get it. And it's like, that's true. It's a thing. And then he just kept going on about it, right? Fast forward, I kept meeting up with him because the first time I met him, I met my baby mom's friend, and that's how I met him through her and all this shit. But we were chilling, having a cipher. We were all like cooling, and then I tried to tell him I was biracial, and then he hit me with that whole shit about because I said I was Hispanic. That no, you're not biracial. You're still black, and I'm like, yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying that I'm biracial because there's like
You enjoy your culture.
racially put, I am Dominican, so I want to say that I am mixed. But he's like, no, you're not mixed. You're just black, and I'm like, I get what you're saying, but like, like there is like some Caucasian in my blood, but like it's very minute. But for the most part, like I try to explain that to him. And then after that, he started giving me gems like that and then dropping shit like that. And then
Making sure
he
that you
hit me-
enjoy your racial identity and everything like that. I appreciate what he was going for, and if he was a little off-putting to you, like because y'all just got the boat first, y'all still getting fucked by the same people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know.
This is different shit.
But you're certainly allowed to embrace your cultures and everything like that.
Yeah,
So it's like,
you had,
and it's a fine line with. I don't want to call Dominicans out as a culture, but like I've had Dominicans tell me themselves. Sometimes in the Dominican culture, it can be a little fucked up with people with darker complexions. So I guess he's probably check you on that real quick and give you that gem. But
I mean, I'm here.
yeah, I mean, so
My dad is black as shit.
exactly. I'm sure. I'm sure your mom caught hell behind his black ass back when, because your mom is
Her,
of a more fair complexion, correct?
yeah, my mom is definitely fair, but the funny thing is that her dad was darker than my dad, and he was a Dominican man shitting on him, and he was like, "What? Like, what the fuck? You're darker than me? Like, you got some shit to say?" It's like there's a cycle to this shit. It's this colorism, but
Exactly. That's probably
yeah.
what the older gentleman was trying to give you. Like, make sure you always keep that as a part of you. That's whenever I see
Oh,
Luna's little light skinned ass, I'm like, you're a black woman.
bro, I told my
Your little cute little nigga nose. You're a black woman. I love you.
she looks like she can smell what the rock is cooking, bro.
Oh, you're a little black woman. Oh, look at you.
I tell her that she's black, and I teach her Spanish all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like she could be as Irish as she wants, but nah,
You're black.
You're black, bro. You're black, bro. You're
You're a
black.
black woman. And I love you. But you're
Bro,
a black
she's
woman.
bro. She gives me dap now. She gives me dap. Yo, like she comes up to me, she's like dap, and I put my fist up and she hits it, and she's like 5, and I'm like, yo, you're already doing all this shit. Like, all we need is a secret handshake and it's over. It's like fucking Sanford and Son. It's over in this bitch.
That's fire.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So it's fun.
But
It's fun. Like going back to getting wisdom from people. What were you gonna like wrap up with before I cut you off?
no, it's cool. So fast forward, I was with Carrie, and this is when we first started like seeing each other and shit. And he saw that she kind of presented herself in a way where she was submissive to like whoever my company was. Where like, you know, when you like know somebody and they don't know this person, so they're quiet and they hold back.
I feel like I could do. I'm guilty of that sometimes too. Like I'll be like, if I don't know this nigga, this is your friend, nigga. That's your friend. I'll know him later.
Yeah, he was like presenting that like, yo, this is, and it was like a lesson of a lifetime. This is how I knew she was fire. He was like, he talked to us for like a half an hour, and I didn't mean to hold her up, but he was fucking, he went on
He was
like
giving
ever.
you something.
He was giving me something, so I was like, all right, nigga, come on, let's go, Confucius. And then, like, this nigga kept going on. And then, he was like, she was very submissive. She waited for your invitation for me to talk, because she didn't speak until I introduced her and did all these other things where I was like, oh, I met this man. He is cool. This is XYZ to me or whatever. And, like,
Especially at the time.
he was describing how she's like a gem in a sense for being respectful of her man's space and everything like that. There's kind of this like I guess it came off as misogynistic in a sense.
A little old fashioned certainly, but he's an older dude. You gotta take it in stride.
Yeah, but he was like, yo, she is not. He didn't speak like that, but he was like this basically saying like she is a person who is of divine character.
Wow.
And you should treasure.
She's a high character person.
Very much. Yeah, she's cool. Stressing me the fuck out, but
Yeah, I like Carrie the person for sure. I definitely like Carrie the person. It was funny. Did you tell you that we talked for five seconds?
Oh yeah, she told me.
I was like,
I
why'd
laughed
you
about
rush me
that.
off the phone, Carrie? I wanted to talk to you for a little bit. She's like, all right, I felt the way. I'm like, oh shit, Carrie, let's talk. And she was like, yeah, I'll see you later. I'm like, okay.
No, she's like very. It takes a lot of energy to talk to on the phone.
Okay.
She does not like talking on the phone.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. I'm like, she just rushed me off the fucking phone. I wanted to have a nice 5-10 minutes with Carrie on accident.
You guys would be. She likes you a lot. She definitely likes you a lot.
I know. I wanted to catch up. This bitch. I'm gonna fight Carrie when I see her. Put your little vegan hands up. We're gonna go.
Please fight her. But what you call it? What were you talking about before this? Like lost place of it. Old people giving advice.
Yeah, giving good advice. You know. Yeah, it's why. Perfect example. He's not even that much older, but he's always older than me. my mentor figure, my man Danny. I guess we're just regular friends now because I'm older, but like he still gives me
just ask
advice
about
and
him,
everything
too.
like that. Yeah, you ask about him pretty frequently. When I was like in high school or everything like that, because he was always like a step and a half further in life. Now it's like a step because like the gap between mid 30s and like tw- mid to late 20s like I am currently is not as huge. So I kind of caught up a little bit, but you know we're still boys. He still gives me good advice. Especially when I was younger, he would always like give me a few bars, a few gems about like whether it was dating or you know just day to day relationships. Because like he was the person who told me like nothing in this world is new, especially as a human interaction. Like nothing is new. Because like I would tell him a story, be like, oh yeah, and it went like this. I'm like, how'd you know? He's like, because nigga, we've all done this before. No
Oh
one
my
tells you, like
god.
you know what I mean. So that's one of the first people I got like my gems for, like you know my gems from, and I've never introduced him to anyone as my mentor. I never told him in person that yeah, you're like your mentor to me. I don't know if it's like a spoken thing, like, but that's some I always respect him. You know what I mean for what that's worth. But I've always told him in that regard. But like he'd always give me like a real story about his coming up time and how his relationships with what girls were at the time. Because I was like, you know, when you're a teenager, so you're really thinking about how fights that I would have or disagreements I'd have with my friends, and how they would go similarly. If you're younger than us, if you're like a 15-year-old kid listening to this podcast, we say some fuck shit, but every now and again we'll give you some real shit. You know what I mean? We're
Yeah.
gonna try. You know what I mean? It's gonna come from it comes from the heart. Just try and listen. If you have someone that's not a dickhead in your life that's older than you, give them the time. Give them the time of day. It's worth it. It's the closest thing that we have in life to time travel and reading minds. Is like we'll listen to the experiences of others. This is as close we're gonna get.
I feel like I didn't really have a lot of people mentoring me.
Hmm.
The closest is like Will, but that's about it.
A good ass big brother figure too is always dope.
Yeah. It's like I got it. He didn't predict everything, but it was like, I get it. And he's like
Hmm.
telling me about shit, certain things working out a certain type of way. It didn't, but then the next situation happened how he predicted it, and it was just like, okay, I get where you're.
Because
Okay,
he been there or he was probably around it before. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You know like
and that's the thing. It's like, I'm more accustomed to like growing up, not having things like that. So like, this it's dope that you had a mentor.
I'm fortunate to have like that
That's
type of influences
awesome.
in my life. I always count all my little blessings, and that's definitely one of them. Having people that if I needed to sit down and talk to a dude for like a good half hour, he always said he never felt like I was rushing him because he always looked at me like not as no he's a peer per se, but like someone that was worth the time of day. I never felt like I'm all right. Get the fuck out of here, kid. I never had that get the fuck out of here, kid feeling from him. You know, so
Yeah.
it's helpful. You know, it's definitely something that if the opportunity arises and things fell into place for me, I would try and reciprocate the energy to the next young, it's Nate again of the world. You know what I mean? The next kid coming up that would wants to be heard and wants to be listened to. I give them that same energy. I try to at least.
Yeah, I mean, I've had people who've also come to me thinking that I had like a bunch of advice and shit, and it's like
You get
I
that a
don't go out of
lot
my way. Yeah, it's
because
weird.
you're charismatic. That's what it is. Like people will follow a charismatic leader, even if you're not trying to lead. People will just come up to you.
I don't try to lead shit. I just try to lead my own life, and I can barely do that. So it's like, why the fuck are you coming to me for advice? It's like,
Hmm.
but it's weird as fuck. And but I mean, I like it though because it's like I hope I can help.
Right.
Like because like honestly, we're all doing the same shit. We're
Hmm.
all just trying to live and like be successful and happy and shit. And it's like I'm
And
not the
this bit
best
of
person
knowledge
for
I have.
advice, but
Hmm.
yeah, I'm not the best at it. But like I hope I can help you. Like maybe you could your my input can help your decision later.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's a domino effect kind of thing.
Because everyone's dated that crazy girl that one time, or you have a friend that dated a similar girl, or you can say that I've seen everything before, and you're not totally wrong. You're wrong, but you're not. You're kind of there. You can get it if you really want to.
I've had some weird situations.
For sure.
I've had some weird situations, but
and you've told me about your weird situations, and that's how I've learned about them. So I've had people, kids at my job even, will come up to me about their little dating experience and be like, yeah, get away from that person. They're fucking crazy. Get out of there. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen this before. I've seen it. You know, like.
I'm still mad that you let me date a crazy person and didn't tell me. But I forgive you.
Did we tell a podcast the story? Did we tell them the story?
I don't know.
It's a common story that we have. It's not too late, right? We can still give it to them.
I mean, no, I don't give a fuck. We can say whatever.
We have a good amount of time left before we gotta start to think about wrapping up. All right. Okay. So I knew we actually referenced her earlier in the podcast. I knew his first college girlfriend.
Yeah, my first girl. No, second.
Second college girlfriend. This is before me and him were actually friends, right? And I want you to get in the comment section and tell me what you guys think. If you guys are still listening this long, I definitely appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe. We didn't plug enough vocally. We'll probably have to do it more of the pictures. But please comment and give us some likes and everything like that, and subscribe to us, and if you want to keep hearing more from us. All right, all that good stuff. But if you have a similar story, definitely give me a comment. Tell me if I did the right thing or not here. I don't know him that well, but I know she's crazy. Right? And not that and as another man, right? It's kind of crazy. It can be weird to tell a guy that, hey, yo, that bitch you talking to, your girlfriend, she's fucking nuts, bro. Because now, because as a guy, you can see it another way. Or even as a partner, I feel like women can go through this too. Like, maybe some girl's talking about your man or whatever. Or your girlfriend, I'm not, whatever. I'm not going to gender type this, whatever. If someone tells you, yo, your partner's fucking crazy, but you don't really know them that well, you could definitely get offended by that. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? She's been mad cool. I like this person. Whatever. I'm dating her. Fuck you. That's how I could have had a whole argument about nothing. I don't know this guy from a ghost yet, right? So I don't, but I know her, and I know she's crazy. So to this day, Caitlin will always be like, yo, why didn't you tell me something? Because if you were a different type of nigga, you could have swung on me for talking shit about your girl. And I don't need that right now, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna let you figure it out yourself if I don't know you that well. Am I wrong?
Yes, because
over time, after we had already met and you were already established that, okay, I'm dating a crazy person, you figured it out already. We became friends because what happened was we first met kind of in passing, and I'm like, okay, this guy's whatever. Because I saw her and I was friendly with the crazy ex-girlfriend, so I'd be like, oh, hey, what's up? And she'd be like, oh, this is my boyfriend, and he was like, oh, hey, what's up, dude? And I'm like, cool, casual. The first time we met,
I liked your hat, man.
Yeah, and then we I had a snapback on because that's what snapbacks was at their peak, nigga. I was on it. We both had hats and everything like that. That's how we first had our little icebreaker or whatever. Very, very cool. So we talked about our hats. So we had a friendly rapport, but it's still a friendly acquaintance. I don't want to now offend this friendly acquaintance by being like, yo, your girlfriend's crazy. You should probably get out of there.
You didn't have to tell me at that moment. You could have.
I mean,
you know what's
the
funny?
sooner the better, my nigga.
Bro, when I told you I like Tyler the Creator, you should have told me at that moment. All right, he's cool. Just leave. Just leave.
All right, he's cool.
No.
All right, well, I have some news. You like Tyler? I have some news for you. You shouldn't like her. She is not good.
Oh my god.
She's not.
You know what's funny?
This one's not the one.
I chilled with you for an hour when I told you that.
Mm-hmm.
I was leaving to go get ice cream and condoms.
I
and
was
shit,
making a
and
new
then-
friend or whatever. Like, I didn't want to, like, ruin your day. You have to go back home to this woman later. What am I gonna... How do I tell you?
What did you just... You should have told me, bro, because it's like, shit, I should get out and run away.
Yeah, man.
That was
like,
harsh. I got
it's a
yelled
tough
at because
line.
of you.
Huh?
I got yelled at because of you.
Because he took... Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I'll try and tell that story, because you told me this part before. Like you said before, he was going to get, like, ice cream and condoms, whatever. Feed the beast and then fuck her later. We got it. We get it. It's cool. But, like, he stopped and he saw me, and it was probably my other good friend, JC, you know? We talked about refs him earlier, too. And we whenever we'd see him, we'd stop and he'd talk for a little bit, probably like half hour to an hour, give or take. This time we were talking for particularly long, and he was saying, "Oh, that's for a little bit." In between his like, now that's not good because she didn't get her treats. And so instead of like a sane person being like, "Hey, yo, I ran into your friend again," and we caught up. I'm sorry I was late. Instead of being like a regular person being like, "Oh, that's kind of I wish you would have called, but like it's fine, I guess, whatever." She blew up at him, and they had a whole fight because he took too long to bring her the ice cream and the condoms. Like, because he was out of her sight for too long. She got in trouble. But, like, yeah. Now, I'm going to probably get to people on the other side and be like, he could have texted, be like, hey, he could have said something, but I'm not going to put something like...
It was a good conversation.
And Kalen's notorious for having phone trouble, so I don't know if his phone was working at the time. He could have had a broken phone.
I had a pretty shitty phone. I had a pretty shitty phone.
Yeah, he's gotten better with it, but he's notorious for having phone troubles. That's one of his things.
I mean, we're in quarantine, nigga. Like, if I wasn't in quarantine, I'm gonna text you in like 3 days. Like, kidding me?
Yeah, got nothing better to do. You might as well text me back, right? Like,
yeah.
So
But,
yeah. So she blew up at him for that, and that's like a sign of like for me that's a red flag. It's like, hey, I ran into your friend. Yo, he's a cool dude. I like him. As far as, I'm sorry I'm late, you know, I got the ice cream. It's not melted, fortunately. Haha, joke. Whatever. But, like, instead of, like, just being cool about it, she was pissed. And that was another big fight. And that's a red flag. But when you're, like, ex-teen, how old were you? Like, 19?
I think when we actually had that conversation, I just turned 20. But I met you when I was 19. Right.
So he was like, you're 20. You're really crazy about this girl because that's how that works when you're younger.
I guess I did not know that she was that crazy. I was like, oh, you're a cool person. Like I like
you're
the energy.
Passionate.
You're very friendly and like that's nice. And then I just
very polite person, but crazy people often are. But she's out there, boy. Like I'll tell you.
I did not.
She is out there, boy. Like yeah.
That shit was hilarious.
But nah, in the comment section below, please let me know what you guys would have done. Like, I feel like I handled that properly. I've heard people say it the other way where they're like, you should have warned your boy after you got a good feel for him that she was crazy. But, like, how do you tell someone he loves this crazy woman, like, now? He's into her. How do I tell, and you like me and you love and fuck her? We're different levels, you know what I mean? Like, how do I now tell this man, yo, your girl is fucking, she's a sicko. She's crazy. How do I not tell you that?
We shared the same interests in fashion, music, and pretty much art.
Yeah,
we want to talk about designs and shit.
Yeah,
so
we have a lot of parallels. We still do, but like
we're there. Like it's like
we have a bond. How do I know that years later you like me more than you do your now ex-girlfriend? How do I know that? Like, you know what I mean? It's hard to predict. You know what I mean? Because like
we didn't have an outing. I guess
I'm not even. Yeah, I'm not even.
No, actually, no. I mean, I did at the point that I knew that it was like, all right, it's crazy, and then we went out to Terrytown and shit. Mm-hmm. And we started going with David.
Yeah, we were cool then. Like we worked together at that point. This is before we worked together. Had that was like not my first job, but my first serious enough job. That was before then for our relationship together. Like we weren't hanging out like that yet. Like we would literally run to each other and be like, oh, you're here, cool. Let's chat for a while. and that was our dynamic for a good amount of time.
I never wanted to hold you up though. It was like because
We
I didn't
wasn't
know
doing
like
shit.
you fuck with me or not. So I was like, yo, and then we end up
You were
talking
the
about
one
shit
doing
forever.
stuff. You had to like go feed your beast or do something with your girlfriend. Like you were the one in the rush. We would always catch you. Like we would just be bullshitting
At the chess tables.
tables or whatever, just talking bullshit in our little hometown.
Yep.
We weren't doing shit. You were doing shit, and you would get caught up with us.
Oh my god. It's like an evolution though.
You know what's funny? I feel like the next time after that argument, he was like, "Yo, dude, I don't want to be a dick, but I gotta go." I think she yelled. I think she got him one good time where she yelled at him right, and he was like, "Oh, I don't want to fucking deal with this shit." I'll catch you next time though. I promise. We'll speak again. That was after that argument, I'm sure.
Probably.
He's like, "Yo, dude, fuck, we gotta go. I gotta go." I think I got one of those.
Maybe.
He's like, I don't want to hear this bitch's. I don't want to hear this bitch's mouth right now. I gotta go. He didn't say that, but I felt it. You know what I mean?
I mean, maybe because like she's the same person that broke up with me on my birthday, so it's like, she would be that person. Mm-hmm. she would be that fucking person.
All right, we're gonna save the. I don't know if we told the like birthday cake on the wall story, but we're gonna save it. This is gonna be a little teaser.
Oh my god, I forgot about that shit. I forgot.
We're gonna save birthday cake on the wall for the next episode or for our next recording.
Ooh.
For now, it's on our end. It's almost 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
We gave you a good amount of content for this portion of episodes. We
There's
appreciate you. Stay safe. Stay clean, hygienic.
Yes.
Do what you can in this quarantine. Keep your mental health. Read a new book. Play a game. Fine, go out for a walk, but don't become a jogger. Don't change up on you. Nigga, you know you lazy. Don't do that.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, please like, subscribe. Leave
Twitter
a comment
handle,
for us.
This Trash Pod.
This Trash Pod. Instagram is This Trash Podcast. Thank you. We out.
All right. Loose.
Deuces.
That is.